Red alert, red alert, red alert. Dear SMEs sales and marketing professionals, more than 26,000 small and medium enterprises, SMEs, in Johore have ceased operations in the past 3 years. It is great we can meet again in our weekly SMEs Selling and Marketing Club's newsletter. Before talking another word, may I introduce myself as Madam Sophia, the virtual assistant to CTM Joseph NG, your sales and marketing e-coach and e-mentor. Enough of my long intro, let us dive into this week's bulletin. Shall we? Thanks. More than 26,000 small and medium enterprises, SMEs, in Johore have ceased operations in the past 3 years. State Investment, Entrepreneur Development, Cooperative and Human Resource Committee Chairman Datuk Maudizar Ahmed said this included 2,119 local businesses and 172 limited liability partnerships. Johore has the third highest number of SMEs in the country, after Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. Based on the Statistics Department's 2016 economic census, there are 98,190 SMEs in the state and 70% of them are micro SMEs. As of June this year, 26,651 of these businesses have stopped operating, he said during the State Assembly sitting at Bangunan Sultan Ismail yesterday. Maudizar said this in response to a question from Chu Chong Sin, PH Menkaibal, on how many SMEs had ceased operations between 2019 and 2021 and how many SME workers had lost their jobs during the same period. Maudizar said the number of SME workers who lost their jobs was not available as data from the Labor Department was categorized only by the type of industries, nationality, and gender. As such, the number unveiled there are may not be able to fully reflect the actual number of SME workers who have lost their jobs. Based on the labor market database, 3,102 people had lost their jobs in 2019, 5,993 were laid off in 2020 and 2,063 lost their jobs this year, he said. On a separate matter, some 229 farmers and agricultural entrepreneurs in Johore have received aid totaling Rm 283,487 from the state and federal government to help them recover from natural disasters. State Agriculture, Agro-Based and Rural Development Committee Chairman Datuk Samsalbari Jamali said the federal government allocated Rm 183,487 while another Rm 190,000 came from the state government. A total of 129 people have benefited from the federal government's allocation and 100 people received assistance from the state government, he said. The disasters include floods, drought, storms, plant diseases and attacks from pests, he said. End of news. Source: The Star Papers, November 30, 2021. By the way, are you happy with this week's bulletin? I hope you do. As for myself, it is very useful. You ask why? It is a great motivation to support local industries and products. This will churn up the economy. By this, more people can be re-employed for all Malaysian, regardless of race or religion. P.S. Please give us a thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel so you would not miss out any of our practical video clips. Alright. PPS. Before we part company, may I introduce Madam Florence, another virtual assistant to CTM Joseph. She will deliver a free chapter of the book, How to Close Every Sale and Every Time. Until we meet again, this is Madam Sophia wishing you goodbye and happy selling. Thanks a million.
Thank you, Madam Sophia, for appointing me to deliver the Chapter 17, i.e. the final objection, close. It's from the book, How to Close Every Sale and Every Time, written and published by author CTM Joseph Ng. Without speaking another word, may I introduce myself as Madam Florence, another virtual assistant to CTM Joseph Ng. Alright. Here is the chapter. The final objection, close quote. I find that this close works very well when I have been going back and forth with a potential client who just doesn't commit whatever reasons. Lasse Blumenthal in his book Great Sales by Today's Great Salesman. Believe it or not, this chapter is one of the easiest ways to close most sales. In truth, you have to read the entire chapter to agree with me in total. Agree or not? Let me jump start with a preview to the final objection, close. Alright. In this case, in your mind you take the first objection you hear and make it the last objection. Let me set the scene for you. Normally, when you reach for your first close, a man seldom says, yes. Usually he gives you an objection. Isn't that right? What do? You answer the objection. Does that get you a close? All he does is he pop you another objection. So, when you get involved in this, dead nail, sales close, the prospect, would he think up more objections than you can answer, or can you answer more objections than think up? And as fast as you kill one objection, he pops another. That said, would you like have a method of taking the first objection that you hear and making it the last one that you hear? Alright, this is how you do it. Here is the 7 steps formula in brief. That is step 1, hear him out. Step 2, sell him his objection. Step 3, confirm the objection. Step 4, question the objection. Step 5, answer the objection. Step 6, confirm the answer. Step 7, close the sale. For starters, you hear him out. Don't make the mistake that most salesmen do. Hearing 3 words and thinking you'll know what he is going to say. And so you jump in and then try to answer it. After you have listened to his objection, you and immediately sell it to him by overcoming his own objection. Step 2, sell him his objection. Here is how you sell him on his objection. You expand on it and you look defeated. You get a fix on your expression. Do look as if you have been completely defeated. You got to look licked. Well, I understand it, sir. You feel that the gas mileage on this car is not good enough. Inadequate to save you the amount of money that you think you have to save in the operation of an automobile. Look then, what have I done? You see, he has just objected to the possibility of low gas mileage. I will look a little defeated. I just repeat what he said. Step 3, confirm the objection. You don't get enough mileage on this car. I expand on. I made it a little larger. I looked a little bit licked. Then I want to confirm. Step 4, question the objection. You say that's the only thing standing between us. Isn't it? You mean if it wasn't for this gas mileage thing, you will go along with me today. Is that right? If he says, yes, he is buying. Instantly you looked a little bit defeated. He now says, yes, because the prospect doesn't want to hurt your feeling. Honest, he doesn't want to do that. He says, yes, that's right, if it's for that mileage, I will go along with you on that car. All you have to do is to look more defeated. Look rejected. I like the car, and watch the prospect instantly. He will tell you all about it. Again he says, I like the car. He will get right in there. He will grab this bait, if you just look defeated. Now what's the next thing you do? You question him. You reconfirm by getting him to agree that this was the only thing standing between you and him. And you question it by asking, and again, you take the blame. Just to clarify my thinking, sir. Why do you feel this is impossible in terms of petrol mileage? Then you shut up. Should you ask again about this objection that he just gave? What are you going to gain? Answer. So, you will find out the real objection. Ask yourself. Anything you might gain from that. Whether is prejudice or fact, here's what happened. When the would-be buyer tries to explain this petrol mileage thing to you, one of these things will happen. He does explain it, and now he is hooked on this firm order. Of course, I am assuming you can answer the objection on the petrol mileage, or you will be in real trouble. In the process of trying to explain it, he may pop the real objection. In my own experience, in the process of explaining, it looks stupid even to prospect because it didn't make sense to him anymore now. But he has told me that this is the only reason that is getting in the way. Step 5, answer the objection. By the way, the prospect goes from here. Well, let's assume that he confirms himself this objection. Then, what do? You simply answer it. Step 6, confirm the answer. After you have satisfied him, you sell him by saying, would that complete settle that, doesn't it? Step 7, close the sale. At this juncture you close with a strong confirmation. Sir, by the way, what did you say was your correct mailing address, and when shall we make the delivery? Where else can he go from here? He has already told you that this was the only thing standing between you and himself. And, earlier said, he has told you about it very enthusiastically. He can't back down, he has to buy. Are you enough of an actor to make this work? If you are, it's worth learning to act this way to close the sale. Summary: to condense this chapter in a nutshell, we must remember the first objection you hear and make it the last objection. You must avoid having the prospect to think up more objections. Finally, do take heed of the 7 steps. That is step 1, hear him out. Step 2, sell him, his objection. Step 3, confirm the objection. Step 4, question the objection. Step 5, answer the objection. Step 6, confirm the answer, and Step 7, close the sale. Are you happy with this concise version to the chapter? You should. The last paragraph is most important, I must say. Conclusion. Therefore, do allow me to close this chapter 17 with my paraphrase quote of Kerry Johnson. According to him, the final objection close is when informed any objections you will sever all with them. Many prospective clients at this stage will suddenly feel like buying. Having talked to them this far, I think such people need and want the product. But they are a little afraid to spend the money and will say, yes, with the final objection. Am I right? A definite yes if you ask me. With the paraphrase quote, I shall exist this chapter gracefully. Okay, thanks. P.S. If you like this chapter and the ebook, you can always order this ebook by contacting the author personally, ctmjoseph@josephsing@gmail.com, or WhatsApp him at 601-2387-8592. This ebook is currently on offer at only $1.99 or RM 8.00 for exclusively for sales professionals like yourself. It is for limited time only. So, hurry now to secure your order. Yes.